Today we're gonna make cow tallow, coconut and olive oil soap. So the first step we need to do is to clean our working area and to disinfect it with alcohol or another cleaning product. This is very important to keep out bacteria and unnecessary dirt from your soap. So the next step is to prepare the soap mold. You can have a silicone mold or a wood mold which can be disassembled. I'm gonna demonstrate you later how to prepare this wood mold as it's the one I have. Meanwhile, with the silicone mold, it's quite simple to prepare it. You just have to clean it and disinfect it and then have it there, so later on you can pour the soap into it when it's done. So now let's go how to prepare the wood mold. So first you need to disinfect also the mold and then wrap it up with baking paper, and you can stick it with sticky tape as we can see here. These are the following ingredients we're going to need. For a total patch weight of 1180,29 grams of soap, we need 450 grams of cow tallow, 120 grams of coconut oil, 173 grams of olive oil, and 7 grams of beeswax. In addition to these ingredients, we need sodium hydroxide and distilled water for the lye solution. And lastly, these are the materials we're going to use. 2 wire whippers for the mixer, measuring spoon, a cooking thermometer, 3 pickers or glass Pyrex cups, another Pyrex for the lye solution, a spatula, a metallic cooking pot or steel pot, a mixer and some spoons and a knife for measuring the ingredients, and lastly alcohol to disinfect things. And we also going to need kitchen tissue roll to clean things up or to disinfect things. And one more last thing to add to the material list is cleaning vinegar. It's something essential. If one of your other materials gets dirty with the soap, that soap can burn your skin because it's still not 100% saponified. So if you put cleaning vinegar on it, it's gonna cancel this effect and it's not gonna burn you anymore. However, warning, these materials need to be cleaned and disinfected so that the soap doesn't get infected with bacteria or dirt. For the lye solution, we're gonna need 285 grams of distilled water and 107 grams of sodium hydroxide. As we know, distilled water plus sodium hydroxide gives us the lye solution. Since we're doing now the lye solution, we must follow some safety measures. We have to wear safety glasses, a mask, and some latex gloves, preferably that they're thick. This is because sodium hydroxide is toxic, and when you mix it with water to create the lye solution, it releases a very toxic gas which can damage your lungs. So when you're doing the lye solution, your working space needs to be ventilated. You can open maybe a window or door, but not too much ventilation that this smoke comes into your face. If you work in the kitchen, you can use the extractor hood, which is optimal for this. And that's everything. So now here we're pouring the water into the sodium hydroxide. As we can see, the temperature will rise up and it will start boiling. So we continue mixing it until it's left crystal clear and there's no more sodium hydroxide to dissolve. Then we're gonna measure its temperature. Its temperature needs to be, the optimal temperature will be of 45 to 55 degrees, and so we will let it cool down to reach this optimal temperature. Meanwhile, we let the lye solution cool down. We're gonna melt now the oil and the fats of the soap. As I said before, all the measured fats and oils are going to be mixed and melted now. Now we're melting the fats and oils together, as we can see here, and we're mixing it very well. Next, we're gonna measure the temperature to see if we need to cool it down or not. The optimal temperature so we can mix it with the light solution would be of 45 to 55 degrees Celsius. Following this, we're gonna mix the light solution with the melted fat and oils, and we're gonna start mixing it with the mixer until we can see the trays forming. Following this, we're gonna divide the soap into 4 containers. 3 containers must be equally divided, and the last one needs to have much more than the other 3 containers, as we're gonna do spoon swirl and drop swirl for the design of the soap. We're going to color each of the containers. You can choose the colors. I chose for the first one indigo to create dark blue. For the next one, I chose also indigo, but I put less than the first one to create a lighter blue. Next, we had rose clay or pink clay, and lastly, we used titanium dioxide to make the soap whiter than what it was. When we finish mixing everything, we're gonna start pouring the soap into the mold. Here we need to be very quick because this recipe hardens very fast. The first design we're gonna do is the drop swirl. As we can see here in the picture, we first need to create a thick layer with the color you want, and you're gonna drop every color, including the one you did with the thick layer, from one end of the mold to the other. This will happen at a certain height. It shouldn't be too high or too low from the mold. Lastly, I did the spoon swirl, and to decorate the top of the soap, I sprinkled some gold mica as a finishing touch. So once finished, we're gonna put the lid. So now we're gonna cover the soap mold with kitchen towels so that the soap mold doesn't lose heat, so the soap can continue to saponify. And we're gonna leave it for 24 hours to then cut it, because it will be already solidified enough to cut it down. After the 24 hours, the soap is ready to cut. Here we can see the finished result and product. The soap turned out to be very creamy, nutritious, bubbly and lathering. I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you for watching it. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Bye! See you in the next video.